Hi there, folks. My name is Shelley, and I am a productivity and mindset coach for midlife work-at-home entrepreneurs. And today I want to share with you 7 ways that you may be sabotaging your own success. The first way that you may be sabotaging your success is that you are listening too much to other people. Now, let's just get real here. Everybody has an opinion when you work at home. There are lots of gurus and experts out there. Everyone seems to have an idea of what you should be doing. And what I tend to see when I work with people is that this tends to manifest in 3 different ways. First of all, you may be listening to too many different people. Again, there's tons of experts, tons of gurus, lots of people out there willing to give you their opinion and their advice. And sometimes you just need to take it with a grain of salt and realize that their advice is what you paid for it, which may be nothing. But don't listen to too many different people, because we get too many different voices in our head, and oftentimes the advice that they give ends up being the wrong advice. You know, they say that all advice is autobiographical, and that what that means is that all the experts who are giving you their advice and their opinions, they can only give you advice and opinions about what they themselves know, what they've done, or what worked for them. So keep that in mind. The second thing is that you may be listening to the wrong people. You may have chosen someone to listen to who truly has no experience or no expertise in what you're going into, and that may be sabotaging because you may be getting the wrong kind of advice that will help you be successful. The third thing is that you may be listening to all those naysayers, those people who have opinions about what you could be doing, what you should be doing. And sometimes this can be very difficult because often the naysayers are people who are close to us. They're people who are important to us. And oftentimes these are the people who say and truly think that they have your best interest at heart. But they may not understand what you're doing, they may have no experience with this, and therefore their opinions and their advice and suggestions can really bring you down and be those negative voices in your head that tell you you really can't do this. So quit listening so much to all those other people. The second way that you may be sabotaging your own success is that you may be living in the past. Everybody has a past. Now here's the thing with the past. Everybody has failures. Everybody has regrets. Everyone has made mistakes. Everyone has let opportunities pass through their fingers, things that got by them, the things they didn't do right. Everybody has those. But if you are spending all of your time living in the past, then you're letting that past sabotage your chances for success in the future. Here's the thing, the past has all of those old roles, those old expectations, all of those attitude and upbreeding things, and it's easy for you then to absorb those and tell yourself, well, I can't be successful because I'm just a mom. Or, well, in my career, I was just a teacher. There's no way I could be successful working from home. Or it may be upbringing type things. Well, I was raised to believe that nice girls don't do this. They're not successful. Good girls don't work for themselves. Maybe you were raised to believe that you always put other people first. And so the idea of working from home and drawing some boundaries so that you can get your work and your priorities done, those things may be hard for you because you're still listening to those voices from the past. Here's the thing with the past. We're familiar with it. Obviously, we've already lived it once. We know what's there. We feel safe and secure, even if not always happy. But the thing with the past is we can revisit it some, but we need to learn from the mistakes of the past so that we can move on. The third way that you may be sabotaging your success is you are clinging to that comfort zone. And comfort zones are just that. They're comfortable. They feel good. We know what to expect. But here's the thing with comfort zones. Comfort zones require that you stay the same. And when you stay the same, you're not going to grow. You're not going to change. And you probably are not going to be successful if you don't get out of that comfort zone and go do something that's scary and it's uncomfortable and it makes you nervous. So if you want to be successful, you have to quit clinging to that comfort zone and just realize you're going to get out of that comfort zone and it's going to be scary and you might flop. But you know what? There's a good chance you'll succeed as well, and you're probably not going to die coming out of that comfort zone. You will grow, you will change, you will learn, but that's all going to be necessary to be successful. The fourth way that you may be sabotaging your success is you are inconsistent, okay? You're not following through possibly on things that you tell other people that you will do, perhaps clients. You may not be following through on working on your own goals or not doing the task. You may be someone who works really, really hard one day and then you just don't do anything for a while. You're just not consistent. The truth is, the path to success is a path that is walked consistently. It doesn't always have to be every day because, let's face it, as midlife entrepreneurs, we do have other family things going on. We have probably spouses at home, we've got grown kids, we've probably got older parents. But it does have to be done regularly, so you've got to set a schedule, even if it's just 3 or 4 days a week, and set that schedule. But you must be consistent if you want to be successful. The fifth way that you may be sabotaging your success is you are living at one extreme or the other. One day you may be bouncing around with excitement, thrilled to death with the latest idea you've got, or super excited about the latest project or the latest client. And then the next day you're down in the dumps and you don't want to do it, and it doesn't, you know you're not going to be successful, or you never wanted to do this in the first place. So you're bouncing from one extreme to the other. Success lies in the middle, because the middle is where we take those steps that allow us to make progress. All or nothing thinking tends to not be something that is helpful. It prevents balance. It helps prevent us from moving forward. So we've got to get out of living at the extremes. The sixth way that you may be sabotaging your success is that you are waiting till things are perfect. Well, folks, I hate to break it to you. Things are never going to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. Your project or your product or your services or your website or your book, whatever it is, it's never, ever going to be perfect. And getting into that perfectionism trap, it's a cycle where you may go back and rework something over and over and over again, because actually you're afraid to let it out because there will be those mistakes. When you work from home, something you have to get comfortable with is the fact that you're going to make mistakes. Things are not always going to work, that there are going to be some flops and be some failures. But you have to get out of that trap of thinking it must be perfect and then I'll get started. Because if you buy into that, you will never, ever, ever get started. And then number 7, the seventh way that you may be sabotaging your success is you're just giving up too easily. And when you work at home, it's easy to want to give up because there is no guarantee, there's no roadmap, there's probably no one there saying, do this first, do this second, do this next, add a girl, it's working great. It's hard. It is hard when you work at home, and when you, especially if you have had a career for a long time doing something else, it is easy to want to give up. Here's the thing with success. We see other people's success, and it's like that iceberg. We see that little bitty bit up at the top above the ocean, and we don't see all that stuff that went into it. Most of the iceberg is below the surface. Success is the same way. But here's the thing. No one can ever decide for you when is really the time that you need to quit. I'm going to be honest. There may come a time when you decide, this isn't working. It's not for me. It's not what I envisioned, or I can't commit any more to it. And if the time comes that you need to quit, okay, own it. Learn the lessons from it. Take those lessons with you into the future, but make sure that you're quitting and that you're giving up because you have thoroughly examined everything that you could do, and that you're making that decision to quit for the right reasons. And again, learn the lessons so that you take them in the future. That way the next project or endeavor or business that you start will not be guaranteed to be sabotaged because you have learned the things that you needed. And I just want to close reminding you a couple of things about productivity. Remember, Rome was not built in a day, but Rome was built brick by brick. So think of all of those little tasks that you have to do as your little bricks to build your personal Rome. And during this next week, be productive and go lay some bricks. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and tell your friends.